Good afternoon, wherever you are. My name is Marco Polo. I'm the founder of the Help the Oceans. Today, I'd like to talk to all of you, wherever you are and whatever you have it, as today is a really good time to just talk, sit and look. So let's start it on a little bit in what is Help the Ocean is all about. That basically it is all my life I spend it at sea. I started work at sea in basically where I was 17 years old. I worked in a normal ships, containers, coal carriers, bulk carriers, product tankers, oil tankers, and so many of them. And I've been all over, actually over there. And of course, life has been really difficult sometimes. I've been on one of the most noticed part in Atlantic Ocean, as well. And I've been of course in Antarctica as well in a total of 2 years. I've been on of course South America, all around. I've been on all around in Africa. I've been even in the St. Helens Islands. I've been on the Tasmania, and from Tasmania to the Antarctica. Tasmania is actually a really nice place and a lot of nice people. But as the Help the Oceans is all about the plastic, and as all of us, not all of us, sorry, but then most of the human population like to eat the seafood, many different type of seafood. What happened in the seafood is actually really interesting happening is outside of the in the ocean over there. Fish are the fish, they eat what they can. Turtles eat what they can, whales eat what they can. And well, there is a lot of plastics nowadays. Things has basically just escalating out of control. And many newscasts, of course, they do mention in plastics at time to time on the news. They try to keep it as low as possible, as it will eat on their broadcasting time. So my job is basically get the funding. I will get my sailboat, which is going to be steel hull, about 80 to 100 feet long, which is about 20 to 24 meters long, and I will basically spend the time at sea without the dropping by in every port and so forth, like doing some travel programming. I like to spend the time at sea. Once at sea, I can see so much, which is basically not a normal broadcasting. People show it on the TV because they don't. They get only which is edited and what is then in the show it to them. Some people just going over there, they take about 30 seconds video clip for the plastic bottle, what they see it on the floating. That's it. But for me, basically, I do like to record and not editing. Like in this one, I like the life. On my life is actually, I started on the early 90s already. I had 2 radio talk shows where I talked to people in life. In the 1980s, of course, radio broadcast was a little bit different. than nowadays. Nowadays everything is basically not so much editing, but they have a guidance what they can and what they can't say, what they can announce, how they can say it. It's a different country, different style. But in my times we say whatever comes to our head. We talk about things on their own names. We don't make them sound nicer than they are. And of course, we are basically, like many people used to say it in old days, and somewhere in the middle of the 90s, I got the combination, like I put it in from my old days on the radio. I used to be in FINNISH copy version of Howard Stern. I just tell what I have it in my mind and what comes to my mind and what is on my heart. I'm not shy. I've never been shy. And of course later on I adjusted a little bit as the TV stations and certain radio stations, they come up with the guidance what they don't like the people to hear and how can't I say it. So I do need to adjusting a little bit, so I become a combination in Howard Stern and Larry King. Larry King used to be in the really nice, and he used to be in the CNN old days. I watch him a lot, and he can talk to many different people, many different ways, and asking questions in a really nice way, even hard questions. It is basically same for me. I've been on maritime security business in almost 20 years. I've been on the bodyguard for the several world leaders as they've been on my ships. I've been basically give them a guidance what to do it, how to do it as they are in my territory, and then of course I will talk to their people, and then we make everything functional. They have their way, I have my way. We find a solution always. We never had any problems with anybody. I had these very different people. I have some people from Africa, what the world considered as cannibalism. Many people keep on saying that he ate people, but when he talked to me, he was actually really big person, really big. What a sense of humor. And he talked out of the cameras when we were in the behind. He talked really nice. Several Asian leaders, I have it. Several countries. Nice people behind the scenes. They are really good people when they listen what can be done and what can't be done, and they are nice people, but of course they own people. They have their way to the things to be done it in a nice way or done it in a hard way. With me so far in the last 20 years, everything has gone well, no problems about it. So whenever it comes to the situations that if I have to talk to somebody, I mean somebody who is in those really big people, I don't mind. For me, everybody human is just a human. I do have a respect, yes. But for me, talking to them is talking to the other human being. I'm not there insulting people. I'm not there make them look bad. I can ask in the hard questions in a nice way. I'm really well known about it. I asking and I play with the words. Like all of us do. When you're in the media, you have to know how to play with the words. So I start actually on let's go a little bit background and backwards again. I started, like I said it, I started on learning on a sail in 1975, and I did my optimist. And yes, I sailed it many years. I take care of her. I was not very successful on that one. So also when the humans grow, I actually changed the class. Went to that time in the middle of the 1970s in Optimist. Then we have a OK. We call it as OK. It is a little bit smaller version than a laser. Really tricky one, and good one, and fast one. From there I went to basically on what we use it on the lakes, windmills and the 505, and then of course then work to the sea. And of course I used to have in the Vagabond 47-foot catch. She's a nice person. She was a nice boat. Never would like to leave her alone. But she cannot be join me on this time because she is already gone with the wind, with the good wind. And basically she's somewhere, and I will need now on a steel hull, because I do need to do some exploration and research on icy waters. And sailing on the day and night, of course, it's going to be one of those really interesting parts. So from there onwards, on my time and work at sea, I saw many ships. It's nothing to be hidden on that one. People keep on saying, and I can see that I saw it in my own eyes. Things in old days at sea, things put it on a garbage bag. Things put it on oil barrels, and then they throw it overboard. Oil barrels and the garbage bags with put things in, so things are put it inside over there, and then they'll throw it overboard. They sink. There is something which is sinking, and of course as put it on holes, air will come out, it will not flow. Oil barrels a little bit more difficult, it will be sealed, and of course it will be hauled. Every direction it will sink. Those ones has been, and all still in nowadays, it is basically thrown overboard. There is nothing that any company, they all say that nobody do anything. Generally that might be correct, as nobody admit when they do the crime. They said it, yes, I did it. No, there is no such a person. There is no such a company. So it will be happening. It happens nowadays, it happens now. And also, unfortunately, my time on the cruise ships, passengers do the same thing. They are actually advised not to throw anything overboard. It is on the instructions and cabin guidance what they can do or what they can't do. There's nothing thrown overboard. I seen it, they do it. Unfortunately, passengers do it every single day. Well, they drink the plastic bottle in their cabin, they go in outside on the balcony, drink it, bottle become empty, it's ended up at sea. There is no any kind of denial on that one. It does happen. Unfortunately, it cannot be controlled, other than cruise ships will be no open balcony cruise ships, which is not possible. No. So it will happen. It will happen, it has happened, it will happen in the future as well. Can we do about it something? Probably not. Cruise ships, of course, they are always keep on saying that they will do it. They will tell the passengers not to throw overboard. That is the only thing what they can do. Nothing else. Every human being doing what they feeling comfortable. That is the human nature. But that is for the cruise ships. Landfills, and unfortunately some countries, they're dumping, like you see it on my previous videos. There was from Vietnam. They basically truckloads of garbage they're dumping on the rivers. And from rivers, as we all know, it might be long distance, it might be not so long distance. It's ended up in a sea. Well, that's happening all the time. Can we do something about it? Probably not. Every country, of course, have their own way to give a guidance. Give a guidance is a little bit different than making restrictions. As we all know, of course, when you give a guidance, some people read guidance as would be nice if you do like this. And they decided, well, that's not for me. I like to do it in this way. And they do it. There is not so much things to do about it. We can't do as one person. That is mission impossible. And they ended up at sea. They ended up as, garbage. Some of them sink, some of them float, and some of them being eaten. Not all, but some of them. They ended up in even river bases, beaches, like we saw it in some of my videos as well. You saw it that plastic will ended up in the beaches as the wind blows. Current basically guide. Excuse me. Current will actually guide and collecting things, and well, that is a little bit different. We talk about that one a little bit later. And they ended up in the sea. And then at sea, they all float with the current, become like everybody joining as a big current. And it's ended up in a beach, unfortunately. But then comes to this not published, visibly published. As you saw it in my previous video, there was a Google Maps picture from the North Central Pacific Ocean, regarding in world's largest plastic area. And yes, there is actually more than one. Those usually media people, they do talk about it, those ones in the sometimes. But they only basically talk about it. They are far away. They not have a boat to go out there and have a look about it. My actually mission not impossible is that I will find those ones. It is going to be tricky because they go from place to the different place. They go with the current. And I've been actually thinking that if I would a little bit asking help from NASA, that's going to be again in the mission almost mission impossible, but I never give up. If NASA would basically join me and give me the guidance from they are up there, so and basically they can give me the guidance in where is the nearest one, where it is, where it's heading. Once I'm over there, I will be basically find it, and yes, all will be recorded and all will be published. But that is just in one thing in which is on my wish list. NASA, please join me help me, and let's make this one possible to people to see live. Yes, you have it, people up there, and they are live, and they basically, they see everything. They see anything, anywhere better than any other human being in the whole world. You guys are so lucky. You do the brilliant job in any. You have done it many times. You develop it many times. Thank you for that one. We get the really nice pictures. We get this one astronaut was really nice singer on the far away up there. Good songs. So now we can actually join the forces, and you give me the guidance, I do the dirty work. I like actually dirty work. But it is one of those things, and of course then other thing in with this not so published, and I try my best to find any kind of evidence, as I know that there has been there is a plastic in Antarctica as well. Where are they? That is going to be a tricky part. And also when it comes to the companies who can actually help me, as I plan that my sailboat will be 100% electric. I'm currently talking in one of the companies, one of the really big companies, and yes, if they basically join the mission, they will build it up 100% electric power. Solar power with the electric main engine, electric generators. Basically the whole sailboat's gonna be controlled by eco solar panels. There will be a lot of solar panels. That one is already calculated as I have a few ships currently under my review. And there will be a lot of solar powers. There will be more power from the nice sun than actually I use it per day. So that's not gonna be impossible. So I do hope this company will actually, as soon as they're coming back to work, and they will see it actually on this one as well, and they will step in. And of course all the companies which are joined this mission, not impossible, all of you companies, all of your names, all of your company logos gonna be all around where it's gonna be visible for the people to see. My sailboat is gonna be live cameras inside outside. And of course, well, sometimes I might not even talk like this, that I look at you all the time. And I talk. I have two screens in here. I have a one in here, I have a one in here. Here I'm just looking for how many people watching in this one, and here I'm looking for myself on the screen, that I stay in the middle. I can stay a little bit in here, I can stay a little bit in here. I can't go upside down, but I basically, when there is basically live broadcasting, I done it in before. It's basically not that difficult. As I go around, I talk to the people in the sailboat. Of course, as you can already, if you gathering all the information, there is only one person, which is me. I'm gonna have if if the restrictions from the company who is gonna start the production, if they allow me to have in a live broadcast, then it's gonna be live. If it's gonna be a little bit restricted via them, I don't mind for that one. But basically, I don't focusing on the cameras. I'm focusing on the work. I'm focusing on what I do, how I do it, where I do it. Is there a camera? Where is the camera? I don't mind. And of course, that is basically my life in all the time, and anyhow. But in that is generally just how the daily life is gonna be over there in on mission non-impossible. I don't know if the Tom Cruise would like to join me, because he liked to be Mission Impossible, but my mission is non-impossible. This is possible. This is really possible. This will be easily done it. It just need to be person like me who have a time. I have a, of course, lovely family. My wife, actually my office is inside in here. This is my office. My pharmacy is over there. Lot of medications all around. But me and my wife, we've been married in 25 years already, so she knows we already basically met at sea. She's love of my life. She knows what I do. She knows how I do it. She don't mind. But that's a different thing over there. She's basically, I can say she's the love of my life. She saved my life in 2 times. Meaning gonna save my life in 2 times. In first time I almost paralyzed, she saved me. Second time I was already in an accident, I was in a coma in 4 days, she saved me. She is love of my life, and well, she take care of me every single day. So let me see. As I'm based on the Thailand, and of course once I'm gonna get the ship in sailboat, basically on in the list, it's gonna be a simple thing. Cameras, GoPro 5 Black will join me. Every step of every step will be recorded. Every step will be published. So you can see basically everything in what's going to happen, where it's going to happen, and what is going to be result. And of course, you like to meet, let me know. We will arrange in something somewhere. Unfortunately, in this kind of missions, as we all know, there is a people also who don't like it. That is very normal in world population. Some people like it, some people neutral, some people don't like it. Very neutral. So on that sense, everything is prepared according to the what is needed to be done and successful. And well, I can't tell you actually where I head into the first. As you're gonna see it on the videos live, on those live videos basically there is no locations. There is no GPS trackers. So there is nothing that you can find it out where it is. And of course, as a sailboat, yes, there is AIS. But as you know that AIS can be turned off. And it will be. It's not against the law. When I approach to somewhere, well, everything is going to be a little bit more published. that is basically on schedule at the moment. And what should I say about that? As the life is not like a box of chocolate. You never know what you're gonna get. We all know that. And yes, once finally I will get it. Let's say, how should I put it, that one? I've been thinking on this one it all depends of the companies, how they want to get the news in the public. So any company out there, if you want to join me, please let me know. Let's talk about it before I make it public, your company name, if you want to let it know. If you don't want your company let know and you want to be undercover, that is absolutely no problem for me. I've been doing undercover in so many years. I know how it works. And it is actually really, really funny thing. Really nice. But that's how it is, and there is no restrictions. As you saw it on my description, this whole project is basically take 2+ years. Once everything is settled, it will be take at least 2 years. At least. It can be taken 10 years, it can be take 15 years. I don't mind. My life basically is at sea. Why do I keep on saying that one? Because when I was 6 years old, I almost drowned to the sea. Capital of Finland in Helsinki. I living in the middle of the Helsinki area called Kallio. 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 And that one is the really close to the one of the coal factory. Coal power plant. So over there was one Finnish company, ELS, Etelä-Suomen laiva, South Finnish shipping, something like that if you translate it in English. I saw them carry the coal all the time over there, and yes, one time in the winter I usually go there and sitting in the top of the pile of coal. It's a really, really high mountain in the coal. I sitting over there and I'm looking for the ships. And I was 6 years old. One time, middle of the winter, I went over there and, as a 6 years old, basically we have no idea how is the ice, except we can walk. Well, that ice did not support me so much. So I actually went through the ice and I almost drowned. Only my winter hat, people, that was left dry. I get it up. I went back to my mother's working headquarters. I did not go into tell the mom that I'm almost drowned. I went to her. She was working in one of the retail shops in that time as a butcher. So I went to the backside over there in the headquarters or so over there, and I went to inside the headquarters door, and inside over there, as in the winter in the Finnish, and there is a battery, and I went to dry myself over there. As a 6 years old boy, I could hide it really nicely behind the door. But then, of course, as always, can try to hide, but always caught. Some of my mom's workmate, or who knows my mom, saw me over there and tracked me from my ears. And now we're going to have a look in the mom. And then my mom was, not so happy. I could use the other word, but let's put it in a nicer way. She was not so happy. Back home really, really fast. It was middle of the winter in Finland in 1970, what is it? 72. And it was really cold. So, well, catch the cold, but yeah, I'm still alive. Obviously something about that one ended up in my mind, because when I was 17, almost 18, I went to, of course, seaman school, got my license for the work at sea, and my first company was the same company in that time, 1984. ELS, an old MS Pasila. I work over there as a deckhand in that time, and there it's all started. Then I go back to the same location as the working on that ship, and I saw the same coal power plant, and it's kind of really a touching to be in the same place in the 10 years after that one, when I was almost drowned, and see the same place and get connected that this is my life. I ended up work at sea, and I actually stayed on that company more than 8 years. Different ships, same places, and I had a lot of good time. It's a good company, really, really old, one of the oldest company in Finland. And yes, thank you for that one. I'm here now. From there, of course, I went to the oil tankers in the other Finnish oil company called Neste, and I stayed over there in a couple of years, I think it was. It's a really nice environment over there in oil companies, and over there, of course, I was in the product tankers as well. That is the different environment. That is the life full of restrictions. A lot of things happening in around the world with the oil tankers, and some good, some bad. Like Exxon Valdez, which is basically destroyed a really, really large amount of up there on the northern USA. I've been at that same area as well with the different kind of ship, and I went there in a bulk carrier with the Great Lakes all the way to the Duluth. Duluth is a really nice place. There is a lot of Finnish people over there. Hello Duluth. I've been there. But yeah, that's the life basically. It is in what can be done, and as always, not so much things can be done as a single person like me. Need help. And I always been really, really vocal when it needs something to be done. Because one person can't change the world. That is impossible. That is, it doesn't matter what says or who said it. Absolutely one person can't change the world. So need help. I need your help. Your company, if you're individual, your donations. Subscribe my channel. Once you subscribe, you give me numbers. More subscribed people, more development. It will be done. Sooner or later. I prefer the sooner. But sometimes, like always, nothing happen like that. No, that is not how things happen. Things takes time. I've been actually building on the Help the Oceans in 2 years already. I had a people support me on the beginning. I had a people support me on the middle. I had a people support me on just before my previous video. The person decided to evacuate. Because that person, of course, on his job, he is very important part on the human population. His job is very important for him, and he cannot, unfortunately, he cannot join full time and actively my organization. So I basically, if you have people, if you go to my Facebook page, Help the Oceans Facebook page, link is over there on the below as well. You go over there, you can see that I have a job application. I need the international promoter, volunteer promoter. Yes, volunteer. There is many people who want to get things done, and unfortunately we are on a situation where the world population, actually we are facing difficult times, because this is which is run the world now. Wear the mask once you're in the public, wear the mask, stay safe. There is not enough time me to say stay safe, stay safe, wear the mask. Don't make excuses that you can't breathe. You can. Might be difficult in the beginning, learn it. Take it easy steps, take a baby steps. Keep yourself safe. Keep basically people around you safe. Don't get infection. Don't get infected. That's how it is. And I think, even I'm not that religious person, but I do believe that upstairs, the big guy, he is actually looking what is happening. He basically look and observe. That is the only thing what he can do, basically. And yes, if, let's say, the world population, if you're a little bit adjusting on your daily routines, you, your family, your friends, other peoples around you live longer. There is not possibility to get infected. But like said it in so many times, the mask is not, it doesn't matter who said, it's 100% proof that you're not going to get infected. That is impossible to any medical basically factory to say that it works 100%. You're not going to get infected. But yes, it helps you to stay better. Do not get infected when you wear the mask, when you're in the public areas. And of course, if you need to cough it somewhere, do not cough into the face to the other people. For the little kids, it is again mission impossible. They are not yet that much teach, and they can't control. When they're sneezing, they do sneezing. It's not their fault. It is just how the things are. When they feel the sneeze, they sneeze. That is the human population. They learn it when the time passed by. So in having said that, what else I would have it on a say over there, except I have a feeling that 2021 is basically the time when the things will be done, and no matter what, no matter where, basically it's not going to be, sometimes it's not going to be nice to see, but actually, like so many times, it's not nice to see, but without seeing that one, the people you don't get really connected what is out there. It's basically, it's not that difficult to see the plastic bottle floating. No, it's just a floating. See the something on connected with the sea mammals, maritime mammals. That's gonna be a really difficult time. What would you consider as a difficult to look at it? It is much easier when you're not there live. That is true. It is just basically that you're watching in the movies like you do it now. It is something on those ones, but when it comes to the real bad things, I can tell you, I see the blood, I see the body parts, and I see the bits and pieces of the human bodies, and that's not nice. I see the completely dead bodies coming out from the sea. In my army times, of course, I was the diver. I was surface connection for the divers, and of course in the winter time we called all the time to rescue the drowned people under the ice. And yes, me on the headset, and I'm over there that I got from the divers that we found a person, but we can't get it up because it's frozen to the bottom of the sea. Frozen to the bottom of the sea, what do you mean by that? One example for the skull on the hair, of course. That person was frozen to the bottom already. And I told my boss, sir, they can't get it up, it's frozen to the bottom. My boss was basically really not that happy on that kind of feedback. Then why the fuck they have a knife? Cut the hair off. Then I was like, divers, cut the hair off. Okay. Well, and then comes the two legs, comes out from the hole, what we actually make it on the ice, and the person came out. Completely frozen. It's not nice to see, but of course every person have to be mentally stable and used to it in what the other persons do, and what you see. And I've been on areas where they basically see the bits and pieces of the human bodies. I've been on accidents, I've been on rescue teams, I see the body parts. So for me, that is not that difficult. But of course, have to be mentally adjusted. That what we know it before we go over there, we know it what is going to be there. And of course, it's not going to be nice. Is it going to be carried in my head? Yes, it's going to be carried in my head. Is it going to create nightmares for me? No. I don't see nightmares. I don't even see the dreams. Except the happy dreams. Well, I don't even know. I'm not that kind of person that even see the dreams or something. I just sleep. Close my eyes, sleep. Wake up, continue. But this is the world, and we do need, my job is basically get this one, make it more public than it is. And with your help, of course, you're the only one who can help me. Yes, you. One at a time, baby steps, and the companies. And of course, then comes those media people. Somebody want to get the, let's say, broadcasting connections. They want to get it on their channels, weekly series. If it's going to be a weekly series, of course, they are the one who's going to be edited on that one. There's nothing what I can do about it. And I don't mind. They do it how they want to do it. That is their life. And they make it look as they make it look. I actually, on the live scene, I'm going to make it look as it is, without editing. I like to make everything live. I'm the person basically who don't like to hide anything. Actually, well, that's not to belong to this kind of talking anyway. We all wear the clothes because we do need to hide something. And it's not very open. And you can't walk outside over there without any clothing. Yes, you can walk in a few minutes, but that's it. You ended up in a slammer or jail. That's how it is. Men in brown, they usually don't let the people just swingle around over there without any clothes. They have to hide something. But yeah, like I said it, that one, wherever you are, it was really nice to talk to you. And let's get this one done. Any kind of, I will make a promise on that one. Any kind of foundation comes, if the companies or individuals like to make a connection but don't want to make their names in public, I do respect that one. I can say that I got the donation. Thank you very much. And looking forward to work for you. If they like to make the names, if they like to make their names in public, I would more than happy to publish that one. And of course, once we start getting the foundation, every person who like to make a name in public will be part of the here on the YouTube channels. I will make a list on that one. I will make, of course, list on my upcoming webpage as well, where is the donation people, individuals, and when there's a donation companies. Everything's gonna be over there. And if the public and individuals, if you like to mention how much you did donate, I can make it happen. I will put the numbers over there. So everything is absolutely according to what you want. You want it public, I make it public. I don't hide it. You want it, hide it, I can hide it. You want the sum published but the name hide it, no problem. You want your name published but sum hide it, absolutely no problem. Anything you want, I will do it. Absolutely no problem. Yeah, what else I would have it over there? Yeah, let's go a little bit in. I like to keep this one in less than within 1 hour time, because it is now in quite long time. So like I said it in a few times over there, please subscribe my channel. Every subscription will calculate it by YouTube, as we all know. More subscribed people I have, more my videos gonna be publicly spread around. So please subscribe and share, because as you do that one, more public, that is basically one part of your donation, basically non-value, I mean it is valued, but non-money involved donation. Subscribe me. You don't need to put any money for the subscribe. You do it for free. So please do so I can get it more subscription and get it more publicity. And then when publicity goes really, really wild, of course, the perch, YouTube perch will open for me. I will get some pennies. I will get some small tip things. And of course, every single penny will be used for organization. And of course, once I got the confirmation that I have a foundation to get the boat, I will make it public automatically. Now the money is in here. Ship, or let's say boat in this case. There is a big difference, boat and a ship. I don't even like to call sailboat as a yacht. No, it's not. Yacht is a different. It is still the sailboat for me. So once the foundation for the sailboat is done, I will let you know. Once the sailboat has been bought, I will let you know. And film it. Everything will be filmed. Everything will be published. What is the name of the sailboat will be published. And actually, I would like to get your idea. What would you like to be on the sailboat's name when the sailboat is actually designated to discover the ocean plastic pollution? And yes, the boat is going to be 80 to 100 feet long, somewhere over there. It's going to depend of the which one is going to be purchased. Would be nice to know. Give your opinion. What would be the nice name for that kind of boat? I have actually a name already, but that is name in my head. And of course, if any company who want to get the exclusive contract and all the restrictions, all the licenses for the whole project, they can basically name the boat. What is the boat's name? I already think about that one because I'm talking to a few really, really rich people. And for them, in this kind of funding, it is just over $1.8 million. For them, that's a pocket money. How much they want to have a visibility on this kind of project, it is a little bit difficult to say. Some people like to go. Example, I could actually take it up on this one because one of my really, really favorite, but this is my favorite, singer, she, American. She have her TV show in 1970s already. You know it? She's really, really famous singer, woman, gorgeous actually. Getting close to 70s now. She's still singing every day. I give you the other hint. She just actually rescued the loneliest elephant in the whole world from Pakistan. You know it? She's really good. She's really gorgeous. Her voice is basically really, really a touch to my heart. Share. You've been on my life basically. I can't get anywhere to carry your songs with me. And if I could turn back time, I would really, really turn back time. That is, by the way, really, really fantastic video as well. And you have so many of them. And I like your history. You are not hiding what happened in the past, what happened in the middle, what happened in the older days. But you are the number one in my heart. And yes, if you want to join fighting against the ocean plastic, please drop me a line. She is the one. She is one really unique person. And the other one actually is Oprah Winfrey. Oprah has actually also, she has a very difficult life, had a difficult life in the past. But when you have a will, when you have a wish, and you have a strong mind, you will get it up. So did both of those women. They just stand for themselves. They talk about it in the public. And yes, they are where they are now. They are one of the few really, really fantastic persons. So Cher and Oprah, if you want to join me, please. This is for you. And yes, anything is possible. We don't need to hide it anywhere, because we can get all the maritime mammals really happy home, as their home is now basically plastic covered. And you don't like if somebody comes to your yard and throw the plastics on your yard. You don't like it. Nobody likes it. But the fish or any maritime mammals, they don't have telephones to call the police. They can't do anything about plastic in their home without our help. Having said that, thank you very much to the watching. My name is Marko Hainen. I'm the founder of the Help the Oceans. And please subscribe and share my channel. Please, please, please. Having said that, all the best wherever you are. It is actually really cold time now in Thailand, and here it is really, really cold. But this is just the climate in here this time. Hope to see you soon, and as always, bye bye, see you soon, and